Good evening, everyone. Today we are having another session with Srinivasan Kalyanaraman, sir. Good evening, very much, sir. Good evening, sir. So those who don't know him, we are doing this is the 11th session, and we are doing every Saturday a special session with Srinivasan, sir. He is we don't need a separate introduction for him, but I would like to say a few words. Just give me a minute. Sir, you can take over, sir. Hello. Sir, are you getting my voice?
Yeah, Namaskar.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yeah, Namaskar. Sarasvati-Sindhu Varade Kamarupadi Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Mesada. We will start with the PowerPoint and continue the session. This PowerPoint tries to explain that the inscriptions are composed of two parts. One is the field symbol or the figure, like animal looking back, like a rhinoceros with a feeding trough in front, like a crocodile holding a fish, something like that. So these are all symbols. So that is one part of it. That has got to be explained. Otherwise, the decipherment is not complete. And second part of it is something on top or at the separately on the reverse of the steel. There are some writings. There are also pictures. So the entire thing is a pictographic visual language writing system. So the symbols cannot be isolated from the text script. So both have to be read together. And I will demonstrate that both are linked together. Then only the meaning is complete. So the effective decipherment has to explain the symbols, the figures, the pictures of animals, etc., the flora and the fauna, in the context of the text script. Then semantically, meaning will be realized by combining both the parts. Okay, two parts. Now, there is a remarkable feature of the writing system. They do not just show only a simple animal. To the animal, they add some information. For example, in the case of the seal with the goat, it is looking back. It's got its horns turned backwards. Then it has got a tail. The tail also looks like a sign. A small little short tail with 3 strokes. So that is now the tail has been added to the animal. So that's called a joined part. So the tail part has been added to the goat part. So the word for that is Sangada. Sangada means joined parts. The Sangada also has got a similar meaning in a similar sounding word called Sangadam. It's a double canoe. It's a boat which goes on the sea, an oceanic maritime boat. It's called Jangala. Jangad in Portuguese. It's called Jangadam, double canoe. And the Jangadam has got another meaning. The third meaning, that is a military guard. In Gujarati, it's called Jagadio. So that means by that typical system of adding parts, the communication is that of a word Sangada. Sangada means joined parts. Sangadam, double canoe. Jangala, double canoe. Sangadam, a military guard. So a military guard now are communicated by that particular figure which has got joined parts. So same thing applies to for example, look at the Zebu, the Brahmani bull. It has got a dewlap. On the dewlap, one figure has been added. It's a thorn. So it's joined. The thorn is joined to the dewlap. So this kind of a joining is very important to understand that these are all maritime activities. It's a maritime cargo manifest that is being communicated in this writing system. So the cargo, for example, the small little 2 strokes, sign 99, sign number sign 99, just strokes, 2 strokes. It's not to be read as 2, it's got to be read as splinter. It's a small little splinter, small splinter. Sal is a splinter. Similar sounding word, Sal means a workshop. So, with the brevity of inscriptions, by adding this just sign 99, you are indicating that the goat is related to some kind of workshop. And we'll also see what the goat means. Because goat has got a word attached to it, meka, miluka, breka, milaku means copper. So copper, workshop. So copper workshop is not indicated. And why is the head of the boat turned back? Kamara in Telugu means looking back. The similar sounding word is kamar. Kamara, blacksmith. So blacksmith working with copper, milaku, workshop, milaku, sal, breka, sal. So that's how the wording has got to be. And we can infer the graphemic words related to both the symbol and similar sounding words, which are the Rebus principle, similar sounding homonyms, they're called, similar sounding words. So that gives the ability to understand the meaning communicated by these kind of symbols. So we will go through it in very great detail to understand the system, the precise cipher that has been used by the great people who invented this writing system. And the beauty is incredible brevity, very short inscriptions, very just sharp picture. Imagine the size of this seal. It's just only like a thumbnail, so small. But look at the precision that they have achieved in giving the drawing. There is no ambiguity. A bull is a bull, a zebu is a zebu, a Brahmani bull is a Brahmani bull, a goat is a goat, a rhinoceros is a rhinoceros, a crocodile is a crocodile, a fish is a fish. So like this, even the fish can also be a sign. So like this, we are able to clearly see the pictorial representation of the visual language called induscript, which is also called Meluha. We are now trying to get the Meluha trade glossary by related to these pictures and the words related to the symbol writing system to understand the meaning got to be communicated by these inscriptions. So each seal is an inscription. It's got two parts. Again, I'll repeat it. One is a picture, a pictorial symbol, like rhinoceros in front of a feeding trough. Feeding trough is patar, patulu. It's a goldsmith guild. Then the rhinoceros is ganda. Ganda means for, and also means equipment. So equipment of patulu, of goldsmith guild. A guild with goldsmith equipment. And then on top we'll read each of the signs. Okay? Next please. Now, this covers something like about 9,412 descriptions. This has been covered only in 5 volumes so far, which you can see the 5 volumes printed. Photographic volumes, where the photographs have been taken. And the 6th volume is coming out. That may make the total number of inscriptions more than 10,000 in 6 volumes. 10,000 plus inscriptions is what we have to cover. So that's why we take a lot of time in a number of these sessions to explain the meaning of each of these symbols, each of these pictures, and try to see what words related to the languages of the region at that point in time can be identified. Okay? And this documentation of what I'm presenting as a number of PowerPoint presentations are contained in 3 volumes titled Epigraphia Induscript, which have been published through Amazon, with a significant number of inscriptions. They're all explained in detail. And subsequently, a number of PowerPoint presentations and monographs have been posted on academia.edu. I have given the addresses of these academia.edu links. I have also got a dictionary, a multilingual dictionary for more than 25 languages of ancient languages of our country, where they have been all put together into semantic clusters, meaning clusters, organized semantically by flora, fauna, economic code, and all that. So we have got now resources of the photographs in 5 volumes and the 3 volumes which explain these words, explaining the flora and fauna symbols. And I have given the complete references here, which can be referred to in course of time. Okay? Thank you. Next, please. So how am I getting these words related to Neka or Neka? I'm getting it from the dictionaries. Number of dictionaries, Telugu dictionary, Gujarati dictionary, Tamil dictionary, Prakritam dictionary, Vedic dictionaries, Sanskritam dictionaries, Kashmiri dictionary, Pali, Prakritam, Konkani, Kashmiri, Kannada, Telugu, and so on. So all these are becomes the resources for identifying the flora and fauna indicated as field symbols. So a very significant contribution has been made by a number of scholars, explaining how the symbol of a tiger or a goat turning back, or a rhinoceros or elephant shown in front of a feeding trough or a standard device, or in front of a sign, how these are illustrated with some incredible precision. So the script, the engravers who created these inscriptions on seals and other media have taken extraordinary care to document their impressions about the language and their method of communicating this language related to their life activities, primarily related to trade. Okay. So what we are trying to get by using these graphemes, or the other called graphemic words from the dictionaries, is to get at the trade glossary of the Meluha language. We have explained earlier what Meluha means. Meluha is nature, which is mentioned in the Mahabharata, where the words are not very pronounced very precisely. So different pronunciations will exist for the same meaning in different languages of our country. So by that we are able to recognize the Meluha word and pull them out. Okay, next please. Now let's take a detailed look at this seal. This is a seal which shows, as I told you, two parts. One is the field symbol showing the rhinoceros in front of a feeding trough, and four signs on top, which are text script. They are also symbols. They are also visual language. Each can be read. Now, what is this rhinoceros? Ganda is a rhinoceros. Ganda means equipment. Then in front of it, there is a feeding trough. It's called pattar. Battudu. Battudu means a goldsmith guild. So pattar means goldsmith guild of goldsmith in Tamil. Battudu in Telugu. So now it also has got another meaning. It's got a meaning of a bhaktudu, a worshipper. So there are some inscriptions where you will see a person in a worshipful state in front of an animal. Okay, now we'll come to that separately. Now let us look at the text script on top. There is a spoked wheel. Clearly, spoked wheel is there as one of the signs, four signs. Sign 391 in Pushto language, Tark means a potter's wheel. Pashto. Similar sounding word is Arka, copper gold. Arkashala is goldsmith workshop. The next sign is something like two bangles joined together. Kara, wristlet, bangle. Similar sounding word, car, blacksmith or iron worker. Then we got a sign of two long strokes. That is Dula, is two. We got small strokes, which is a sign 99, which is a splinter. This is a long two strokes. Dula, two. Similar sounding word, dul, metal casting. Look at this. In Sanskrit language, dul means to pour, to cast metal in a mold. Dul merhet means cast iron. So people in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu, and most parts of Karnataka and Orissa, and also on the Gangetic Basin, they were all iron workers. They were making cast iron. So dul merhet is a word which you'll find in a number of inscriptions. So that means the documentation of cast iron has been recorded somehow. So dul metal casting is taking place. Metal may not be related only to iron. It can relate to copper, it can relate to tin, it can also relate to zinc. Then the another sign 342, which is shown as part of the script, is sign 342. Is Kanka, Karanika, similar sounding rim of a jar. Rebus, or similar sounding word is Karani, supercargo, or Karanam, management accountant, script writer, engraver, Karana trade. So now the trade of this cargo of metal casting equipment is being sent through this particular seal called H88 seal. Okay, next please. Now take a look at the next slide. Now look at this. Sign 99 is shown here, that splinter stroke. It's a saw workshop we have seen. Then the Goat is looking back, Breka is looking back, Milaku, copper. Copper, Sal, workshop. Okay? Then there's a small little tail. That tail also has got a meaning. Kola, Koli is a tail. Kol means working in iron. Kol, Kolime, Kolimi, Kolhe, smelter, smelting metals. Then the top is a variation of a spoked wheel. We have seen what spoked wheel is. Sark is a potter's wheel. Arka is copper and gold. So that's how the writing of the seals includes two parts. One is the field symbol with this small little tail and all that, and also two script signs. Now we can very clearly see the engravers trying to communicate message of a metal casting of copper that's taking place in a workshop. Okay, and this becomes a cargo which has got to be transported. So the potter's wheel is arka, is copper or gold, copper workshop, metal is being recorded here as a cargo manifest, which will be handed over to the boatman to take this part and sell it and barter it. Okay. Now we can see how this gets embedded in another inscription called H702 with two parts. One is on part A, another is at the back at part B. It also shows one animal looking back. We do not know whether the animal is not very clear. It could be a tiger or it could be a goat. If it's a tiger, it's kul, it's a tiger. Kola is a smelter. Or if it's a goat, it's breka, milako, copper. Okay? Looking back is kamara. Sounding word is kamar. So, copper, blacksmith. Or kul, working iron smith, blacksmith, iron smith. Now we have got two signs. One is a stroke, 3 strokes, and a rimless part. 3 strokes are kolmo. 3. Kolimi, smithy or forge. The rimless part is bata. Bata is iron. Bata is furnace. Iron furnace. Iron furnace in a smithy and forge. So this is how the reading has to take place. Next please. Now I have detailed the meaning of each of these signs. If, for example, the tail can also be looked upon as a sprout, small little sprout coming out of the small little tail. If it is a sprout, kuru, kora, bud. In Telugu also. Kuru means bar of metal. So kola is the tail, kuru is a sprout, can represent the tail and also a sprout. The similar sounding word is kuru, bar of metal. The bar of metal was used in God. Okay? And that is being represented as a cargo by showing this tail attached to the boat. Is it clear? Okay. Then I have given the details of the other steel, other descriptions you saw earlier. It also shows a person standing with legs spread out. And there's got the one leg is indicated by a small little ligature attached to it. Okay, next please. We'll look at one more inscription. M982. The field symbol is a unicorn, the famous unicorn. It's got a double sack on its shoulder. What's a double sack? Kantala. It's a double sack. Kantala means maritime. Kantala means boat. So what it is indicating is a maritime boat. And it's got one small little horn, spiny or thrusting horn, singing or thrusting spiny horn. Similar sounding word, singi, ornament gold. So eyes are an ornament gold and face looks like that of a goat. Milka, breka. So copper, ornament gold worker. Transmitting some cargo as a maritime, on a maritime boat. Okay. Then the front symbol, standardized symbol, you can see in a number of inscriptions, normally in front of the unicorn, shows two parts. Kannada. Top part is a kunda, a lathe, where the turn is made to make a perforated bead. Then at the bottom is a portable furnace, kamatamu, of a goldsmith. Kamata is a mint. So the two parts are sort of indicated. One is a lathe worker working in a mint. This also can be joint parts, sangada, sangadam, a military guard. So military guard carrying this cargo on a boat. Okay, and the top symbols we can repeat the same readings. Thal workshop, then the kanchu, Karach, corner, kanchu, bell metal, and then Karanaka, we have seen. Rim of a jar, Karana, trade. Or Karanika, stairs, helmsman. Or Karani or super cargo. There is something related to transport of goods or cargo is taking place here. Okay, next please. Now we can see number of inscriptions like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seals. Each is a distinct inscription. Each has got very distinct pictures. So every one of these pictures and the components of the picture are got to be analyzed. Then the corresponding words from the Indian lexicon or the multilingual lexical repertoire have got to be drawn to identify the word for that particular picture and the similar sounding word related to life activity of the people. So like this, we can see a very single inscription can be read as a visual language neighbors with homonyms, similar sounding words. One word represents the picture. Second word represents similar sounding word which relates to life activity like trade or working with metals or working with wood, carpentry and so on. Okay. So given the details of the inscription can be read as I recorded here. I don't have to repeat what I have written down. For example, sign 162 is like cob, kolom, it's like a rice plant. Kolmo is a seedling of a rice plant in Munda language. Kolmo hodo is a variety of paddy. Kolimi in Telugu is furnace or smithy. So what is represented by sign 162 is a smithy and a forge. Okay, furnace and smithy. Then sign 162 with 3 strokes or 2 duplicated. Dula is duplicate. Dul, metal casting, plus 3. So 3 is duplicated. 3 is duplicated, making it 6. Kolmo, kolom 3, kolomi, smithy 4. Then rimless part with a ladle, mukha is a ladle. The similar sounding word is mugh, ingot, or muha, furnace produce. And sign 328 is the rimless part, bata. Similar sounding word is bata, iron, bata furnace. So iron furnace plus ingot. So iron furnace ingot. Iron ingot from that furnace is signified by the sign 336, which is a rimless part with a ladle inserted. Okay, the primary audience for the seal imagery in each setting was other participant. Who is receiving the seal? Somebody on the other side who is receiving this cargo. He understands this sign. He will match it and then receive the documents, receive the cargo. Okay, that's how the trade barter was getting transacted. So we can now visualize a rating system where the people are using this writing system to indicate the details of the cargo, a cargo manifest, and documenting it in such a way that it becomes an accounting system, a trading system. Kannada actually means an accounting system in Tamil language. It is represented in an old text called Purananuru. Okay, next please. Now we can see more visual language inscriptions. Now here is a typical circular seal, very clearly a seal, which has got 3 plus 3, 6, 7 circles and a circle in the middle with a dot. So the dotted circle becomes a very important document, very important symbol. Again and again source. It can be a drop, it can be a pota, it can be just a pouring. And pota means metal casting, metal infusion in Telugu. So it can also be a point, it can be karna, it can be a kudi, it can be a center of a circle, and vritti is a circumference. Vritti is a profession. Vritti is a circle, vritti is a profession. So now we have similar sounding words being used for communicating both the picture, the circumference, and also profession. So profession working with this smelter, kuti. Kuti is a point, kuti is a smelter. Now, for example, steel, ekku is steel. Ekku is A is 7. Edu, Edugu in Tamil. Edu means steel. Ekku means, in Telugu and Tamil, means steel. So something related to steel, iron, working, metal infusion is ought to be indicated. Same thing goes for another beautiful cube. We got M1654 is the reference number. It's ivory cube, which signifies a smelter profession dealing with the smelting of steel. It can smelt, steel can be smelted in a crucible, because it's called crucible steel. So with a small crucible and a portable furnace, you can work with steel and create a small little button, which can be beaten down and forged and create a sword, ukku sword. That's how the entire writing system evolves. For example, a sign which signifies something like a koda, Louis. What is a koda? The sounding is code, but that's workshop. So blacksmith workshop, products out of the workshop, working with the professions of metallurgical activities are sought to be indicated in some of the inscriptions. Next, please. Then more seals. You can see again and again, we can't delink the picture, the visual field symbol from the script, the so-called text script. Text script has to be read in the context of the field symbol. It cannot be separated. It will be an error to look upon them as alphabets. They are not alphabets. Each is a symbol, a word. The word signifying word for the picture, and similar sounding words that present like activity must be brought. For example, look at the arrow. Kanda is an arrow. Kanda also means equipment. Kanda, equipment, arrow. Equipment being dealt with by this particular person. He got a horns, a goat, which is horns flowing forward. Maybe it's an antelope. Could be a ranku. Ranku is an antelope. Ranku could be tin. Then there's also a harrow. Main is an arrow. Maideth is iron. So iron, equipment. Harrow plus arrow. So arrow means iron, equipment. Being said, we can also be worker with tin work. Okay? So same thing applies. This may be a goat with horns blowing backwards. It also shows the arrow. Arrow in front of it, instead of a standard device or feeding trough. The arrow is a kanda, arrow, kanda equipment. So some equipment related to copper. Same thing here. Some equipment related to copper. Plus there is a top. There is a fish sign and then 2 strokes, 2 strokes. They can be counted as 4. Kanda is 4. Kanda is instruments. Fish, aya is fish. Ayas means alloy metal. Ayiri means fish in Tamil and Malayalam. Ayiri means iron. So like this, we can clearly identify the alloy metal work, the iron metal work, and equipment work that ought to be recorded in these descriptions and treated as cargo. Handed over to the boatman. Next, please. Again, more inscriptions. Again and again, these pictures are repeated. A goat with horns flowing backwards, and in front of it a fish. What is a fish? You have seen aya is a fish. Ayas alloy metal. So alloy metal of what? Copper. Goat is a melakku, copper. Then there is another goat that is shown with spread horns. Spread horns could represent Marcor. Okay? Marcor has got a specific word from the dictionaries. We can pull it out and match it. It could be merit. It could be iron. So alloy metal of iron worker. Alloy metal of copper. Similarly, the fish being caught by the crocodile. Crocodile is Karavu. Kara is a crocodile in Telugu. Karam in Tamil. Aya Kara. Aya Karu, blacksmith. So he is working with alloy metal and he is a Karu. He is an artisan. So artisan working with alloy metal. That is how to be indicated by the crocodile catching a fish. So which fish is catching that fin? That fin is Kambata. Kambata is mint. So like this, we will be able to pull out a lot of semantic information related to the Meluha language or the languages of our 24 plus languages of our continent. They're all united. The people of different language families working together and adding these words to the new invention that they were creating during the Bronze Age. So when they invent a new invention, new metal, a new equipment, they have to create a word. So you use words from their languages and create a picture, which is hard to signify that word that they have created. Okay. By the guild of artisan workers. Shri. Next, please. Again, more symbols, more inscriptions. Now we are see in front of these two animals, there is a remarkable symbol which shows some kind of three partitions, an architectural device, something like a map. I suggest that this signifies a temple. Kolel. Kolel is a temple in Kota language. Kolel also means a smithy and a forge. So smithy and a forge in front of this Singin, Brega, and Tala. So ornament gold, Kunda. Kunda is a turner. Kunda is a Kodaduda, a small calf, a small bull. Kodaduda in front of this temple, smithy and a forge. So copper, smithy and forge. Now we can see another symbol, the fish with fins. Kambata is a fin. Kambata is milk. IS, alloy metal, mint. Then another symbol which seems to show the 3 strokes on top and 3 strokes at the bottom, looks like a warehouse. A similar structure we have seen in Harappa. Seems to be a warehouse, Kotaru. Okay. Then the last sign is the rim of a jar, which we have seen is Karna, Karnaka, Karna, trade. So trade of alloy metal from the mint is taking place. Where is it coming from? It's coming from the smithy and the forge, copper, smithy and the forge. And it's being transmitted as a maritime on the maritime boat, as shown by Kanthala, the double sack on the shoulder of the animal. Now look at this. This is a buffalo. Buffalo, it can be Arana, a wild buffalo. Arana means a smithy and a forge. He is reiterating that it is in front of a smithy and a forge, a temple. The temple which is a smithy and a forge, and this Arana smithy is being speared. Kuntamu is a spear, or it could be a Medamu, a spear or a dagger. Med means iron. So, but man who is spearing this fellow is indicating that it's iron work. Like this, every one of these signs has to be read. Every one of these visual pictures, picture writing, visual language has got to be understood in the context of Welha trade lexicon, the trade lottery that arrives from these symbols. For example, meadow is iron, med is iron, meadow also means a merchant, an iron merchant. Next. More inscriptions. We have seen previous inscription in front of the unicorn, the temple. Then another unicorn with got 3 other symbols which we have seen before. M1982. It has got a Sal splinter, Sal workshop, Ara spokes, or Sark, water wheel, or Arka, copper and gold. Ara could be brass, so it can be brass or iron or copper and gold. Yaraka, it can also be spokes. Name of a wheel, Yaraka. Yaraka also means metal infusion. Yarasu. And we have the famous word, sign 342, Kanka, Karnaka, Karana, dispatch, Karana, trade. Next, please. Now, more pictures. Now we have got 2 short-horned bulls confronting each other. They are almost in a confronting stage, butting. So there is a word for the butting, and there is a word for this particular short-horned bull. Balad is an ox. Bharata is a factitious alloy of copper, pewter, and tin. And 2 other signs are indicated. Kanchu, the Kanach corner, Kanchu bell metal, and some other sign which seems to be somewhat related to the temple structure. Can be like something like a dwaram, like a entry into the temple. Could be an entry into the temple. We do not know. We only can make a guess about what that particular graphical structure was thought to indicate. Okay. So we can leave it at a guess point and make a reasonable guess about what word can signify that particular symbol. Okay. I made my own attempt. It can be questioned. So there can be a way of arguing these issues, identifying the symbol and identifying the language which signifies that symbol and the corresponding similar sounding word called rebus. Okay. Next, please. More inscriptions. Again and again we will see they're all pictorial, clearly pictorials. That sign 99 again appearing in front, following the sign 267. You have seen sign 267 represents a corner. Kanchu is a bell metal in Telugu. Bell metal workshop. So sign 267 plus sign 99 should be read as Kanchu Sal. Bell metal workshop. Okay. So the reading continues for these symbols, for these inscriptions which contain these two symbols. Next, please. More inscriptions. Fantastic. Look at this. Seal M1908. Here is an animal. It looks like a young animal, a calf, but on top and the body is all full of dot in circles. Dot in circles. Why? Why is this animal being decorated with these dots in circle? Pota means a young animal. Pota means metal infusion. Pota is pouring. So when you pour, it gets a dot. So that dot could signify some kind of a pouring. Pota. And pota means metal infusion. Potaraju is a very famous memory in the Telugu tradition. I will come to that in a separate presentation. Potaraju. Potaraju with Muniamma is celebrated in a grand festival by the artisans. So now, in front of this pota, young animal, there is a slash stroke. What is that slash? It's not one, it's a slash. It's a declivity. Kamari is a declivity. It's a slash. Kamari means workings of a blacksmith. It can also be a slope. It can be a dhala. It can be slope. Dhalako means ingard. It could be either an ingard or it can be working of a blacksmith. So like that, every one of these signs, and every one of these pictures, and look at this, the young animal has got a small little tooth or a tusk added to its face. That also is a sign to indicate a danta, dhatu, a mineral. Some mineral is thought to be indicated. Mineral infusion is working on. Mineral infusion is taking place. And that becomes a cargo for trade. So that's how the entire description of the cargo manifest can be read by identifying the sign. For example, sign 347 is a combination of two rice plants. Dula is two. Dula means metal casting. What is a rice plant? Kolmo is a rice plant. Koli means a smithy approach. Metal casting smithy. So metal casting smithy is producing these trade activity documents of workings of blacksmith. That involves metal infusion. Pota. Next, please. Now, this pota, this dot and circle, is also shown around four corners of this famous seal, which shows a fire altar. Circle, dot in circle, dot in circle. 4 dots in circle inside, 5 actually, and then 4 on the corners. It could be kana, it can be a small little drop, or it can be a kuti, a pupil of the eye. Kuti, it can be a smelter. So a variety of readings is possible from the same symbol. We can present all of them and leave it there. And as we go along, and we can find repeated representations in different pictorial contexts, we'll be able to pin down which word to choose. Next, please. More inscriptions. In one case, the rhinoceros is shown in front of a flag. In another case, the rhinoceros is thought to be shown like a unicorn Danta on the nose. Of course, the unicorn is signified by that Kantala. So it's like almost like a unicorn, but it's got a Kantala on the shoulder. So the engraver is trying to combine the pictures of a unicorn and a picture of a rhinoceros. So the features that we normally use for the unicorn are thought to be superimposed on the rhinoceros body. Kantala. So he wants to indicate that the maritime trade is taking place. Kantala is maritime, Kantala is boat, Kantala is double sack on the shoulder of the animal. Okay. So that's how we have to read each of these inscriptions with extraordinary care, because the engraver has taken extraordinary care to document so precisely. The orthography is very important. Why is this flag being shown? Why is this flag being shown? There's something important. Dayavada is a flag. Dhawad is an iron smelter. Dayavada. So it's an iron smelter producing equipment. Ganda, rhinoceros, Ganda equipment. So equipment produced by Dhawada smelter. And the Danta working with minerals. So minerals are being smelted and the equipment is being produced from the smelter. On the smelter, the ingot comes out, worked in a Smithsonian force, creating equipment and metalware. This is a process. So a messenger account, a dispatch messenger account of a blacksmith smelter collection is entrusted to a treasure guard, who is the Sangadam, the unicorn type. He is the treasure guard who carries it on a boat, for a maritime trade. Or barter trade. Jangat also means an accounting system of where invoicing is taking place on a approval basis. It's recognized in law in our country. Jangat accounting system. Next, please. So we can see the importance of the standard device in front of the unicorn. Because again, it occurs in thousands of inscriptions. That's got to be explained. If that explanation is not completed, the decipherment is not complete. What is the idea of that particular two components of the standard device? On top a lathe, on bottom a portable furnace, and with dotted circles decorating that bottom furnace. Everything has been read. We can't escape from that. So we have a number of inscriptions with variety of styles of depicting the standard device. Similarly, varieties of media showing this unicorn. For example, in the Mari plaque, produced found in Mesopotamian region, carried by a priest and assembly, followed by assembly of procession, is carrying that unicorn, that one-horned young bull, on top of a corn cob. Come on, how can a corn cob hold a poster like that? So that means corn cob is a word, and the unicorn is a word. All those are symbolic words that got to be understood in the context of biblical language. And it becomes a procession. There are two seals which show a procession of these symbols. One is a standard device, another is a unicorn on top of a standard carry, and another carrying some kind of a torch. You have to identify them. And then only the decipherment of the induscript will be complete. We have got other two seals which show that portable device being carried on a shoulder by a person. And there's also an inscription on top of it. So all this provide the context in which the meaning of this standard device can be understood. Okay? We'll try to understand that. And of course, very beautiful drawing has been provided by Yarada Mahadevan, showing varieties of variants of this standard device in a number of inscriptions. Sometimes it's circular, sometimes it's cylindrical, sometimes it's shown like a lathe, and so on. Sometimes it's like a basket. So, what are the words which signify these images? That is the key. Then we have also got an ivory, which shows the standard device with the circles on the bottom register, and on top some kind of a lathe. It's because ivory object. So that is so important object in the life activity. So some objects are being joined together. Some sangadam is taking place to signify that composition called the standard device. They also become Utsava Bera. Bera means bartering. So when you go on a procession, you are exhibiting your talents, your competence for people to barter, argue, and make counterclaims, and then determine the price you are prepared to pay for the commodity. The value is determined by that exchange, barter exchange. Next, please. So the standard device is not explained. The disbursement is not explained. The standard device is such an important component of thousands of inscriptions. It cannot be ignored. So I have tried to make an enormous attempt to understand the meaning of these visual language. It's a standard device shown even in front of a tiger. And tiger is shown with two horns, like that of a zebu. What's going on here? He's creating a sangara, joining the parts of a horns of a zebu to the body of a tiger. So the tiger is explained as kula, headman of a guild, and the horns of a zebu. Zebu signifies pola. Pola means magnetite ore. So magnetite ore, headman of a guild, working with a coal, working in iron, coal hay, smelter, iron smelter. Smelting in this particular case, magnetite ore. And it's front of a standard device. And the standard device you have to understand. Okay? So then I am again showing all these pictures that it got to be read in the context of these varieties of visual symbols. They all got consistent meaning across inscriptions. We have seen about 10,000 inscriptions. They must be consistently read, consistently understood as a visual symbolic representation and corresponding words from the Bengali language or the composition of language repertoire called the Spragbund language union that existed in the Bronze Age, where people of different languages were families. Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Prakrit, Magadha, Pali, all were joining together. They were absorbing words from one another and making them their own. They were creating a language union. Spragbund, it's called. Okay. Next, please. This is the Sangada. Sangada, famous Portuguese boat. It's derived from the Jangada, Sangadio, Sangadam, Sangada word. So two boats are joined together with planks. They become the cargo boats. They are the dhows. This is a pictorial representation of the Sangadam, Sangada. How is Sangadam indicated? By joining two parts. So we have got the standard device. We have got two parts. Lathe on top, portable brazier at the bottom. Kamatamu, portable brazier of the goldsmith. Top portion, lathe. Kundamu. Lathe. Kundar is a lathe worker. A brazier. Okay, so the bottom carrier is called a container. Churning container of the standard device. That container is maritime boat. What is a maritime boat? This, to the pictures. This is the Sangaram boat. Next, please. We got more images of the Sangara boat. All planks joined together. And in fact, look, most of the joining takes place through coir. There's no iron pinning that's taking place. Without iron pins, they use the coir to tie them together. Insert the holes, take the coir cord through that, and then make a tight boat. And the boat is made waterproof by bitumen compound. That's how the old Jangada was made. Jangada in Malayalam. Sangadam in Malayalam. Sangada in Marathi. Sangadamu, Portuguese boat. I got the details of the boat from the literature. Wikipedia extract I have given here. Next, please. Now we can see the Jangadam has to be read in the context of the inscription. So this standard device being carried on the shoulder by a person signifies something. It's got to be read in the context of the inscription. Inscription also signifies the visual language. So each of these has got to be matched consistently. So the man is having an upraised hand, raka. Karaka means molten cast. Arka means copper and gold. So the copper and gold worker is carrying this standard device. He's carrying it on his shoulder. Kandaka, skanda, shoulder. Kanda, kandi, one who gives a shoulder to carry a corpse. Kanda, simple sounding word, means metal equipment. So the carrier is dealing with metal equipment of copper and gold. And he is carrying these two joint parts of the portable kamartamu plus the lathe on top or a basket on top. Next please. Now when we go through each of these signs, it also got sign 134. What is this 134? It's like a lid on a top of a pot or a vase. Muha is a lid. Similar sounding word is muha, furnace produce. Muha ingot. Furnace produced ingot. That's what is signified by that word. So if you put it on top of a fish, aya muha. Aya means alloy metal, muha means lid. Similar sounding muha, furnace produce. Alloy metal, furnace produce. It can also be dankana as a lid. Dakka means excellent, bright, blazing metal article. You can do that. Whether this it is dakka, dankana, or is musa. Most likely it is musa, muha. Then we have got sign 1, koda 1, similar sounding word code, workshop. Kanka, rim of a jar. Kanka, smelting furnace. Karana, trade. Ranku, liquid measure. The picture. Ranku is a tin. Kuti is curve. Kutila is 8 parts copper, 7 parts tin. It's a alloy, it's a bronze. So, kuti, kutila. Bronze is not to be indicated. And there's also a notch on top of it. Notch is a kanda. Kanda is a sword. Kanda also is an implement or weapons. So, some weapon and equipment constitute the cargo indicated together with the maritime activity shown by the standard device through parts. Next please. Now look at the power of the communication that is taking place by the symbolic writing system, accounting system, a writing system based on simple rebel principle and visual language of words, graphemes. The dhatu can be a strand, two of them stand together, then it can be curved, it can be like a carrier carrying a weight. It can be a shortened form of writing, the man carrying loads on both his shoulders. Kuti is a water carrier. Kuti is a smelter. Could be a signifier of a smelter. Why not? So like this, every one of these signs of an inscription, in this particular case, the inscription attached to the symbol of a standard device being carried by a person on his shoulder. Each of the signs can be read. Next please. Now we can get back to another inscription which occurs again with the standard device H197. 3 is Kolmo. Similar sounding words, Kolmi, with the forge. Then Sangat, we have seen portable furnace. It's late, also a portable furnace. Sangraha. Sangaha, arranging, managing. Sangadam, maritime cargo. Then Karnaka, legs are spread out. By that person, a man standing, holding a stick. Spread, legs are spread. Karnaka, legs spread in Atharveda. Karnaka is a helmsman, supercargo. A boatman, in charge of the boat equipment, or boat cargo. The body of that person standing with a spread legs, med is a body, medet is iron, med is iron. Then Koda, the stick is carrying is Koda 1, similar sounding word, code workshop. So it means iron workshop. So workshop supercargo, scribe of smithy and forge. This is how we have to construct the communication that sought to be communicated by the writer and the engraver of this writing system. Next, please. Sangadam. We can see all the textual, literary, linguistic information available from the lexicons. I have documented them here. Sangadam in Tamil is a ferry boat. Portuguese is Jangada. Sangada in Marathi is a float composed of two canoes, double canoe. Sangada can also be a frame, a building, a boat. Lexical information available to us. To understand the meanings ought to be conveyed by the Sangadam, by the joining of parts. So that's why I listed all the words and the meanings from different languages. Next, please. Then another picture, the ivory stick, which shows the standard device. Ivory stick M2115, which also got an inscription of a curry comb that he signed. Similar sounding word is karadi, a turner. It can also be a comb, kamsio, comb. It can be kamsa, bronze, Telugu. It can also be Kannada, a day book account. It can be a day book account of the turner. It can be a day book account of bronze worker. Ivory replica, which shows the dotted circles. So I think we're able to read this dot in circle in the context of what we have seen in the Pota. Young animal with dotted circles. So some kind of metal infused work is taking place here, which is signified by the dot in circle. It's also Kani. Kanamu, drop. Kana means wealth, goods, possessions. It's wealth accounting. A dotted circle indicates some kind of wealth being created in this activity. Next, please. Now we have got a beautiful picture of fish. This fish is not just simple fish. It's showing two parts, like a sangadam, like a cargo double canoe. So he seemed the engraver is fusing the information about double canoe into the fish. Fish we have seen is alloy metal. So alloy metal cargo is being carried on this down. What a beautiful way of communicating visual language. Through this, and each of the parts of the standard device have been analyzed beautifully by Airavata Mahadevan. Of course, he mistakenly looked upon it as a filtering process. No, it's a turning process to perforate a bead. It's a turning process working with a portable furnace. That's why the smoke is coming out of the furnace, the crucible furnace, the portable furnace. The smoke is not splintering of dropping liquid. It's smoke coming out of fire or coal on the portable furnace of the goldsmith. So now the parts can be analyzed. The lathe can be identified with a sharpened turning point called burumu. And we can clearly see that each of these components can be read in the language of the civilization, which I call Veluka, or the language union, or Desi Bhasha, vernacular, the artisan's language, the camp language of the people. Next, please. So the Sangadam can have a number of meanings. It can be an association of two persons, Sangada. It can be a man equal to another in all or most respects. It can be a large number of persons gathered together closely. A closely knit Sangadam, Sangha. It can some kind of a guild, Shri. It can also be a small fixed wheel turning in a block. So like this, multiple meanings come out for the same word. So we have to see what meaning can be meaningfully applied to a particular visual representation of a symbol. That's why I have listed all the meanings from all the languages. Next, please. In more than Sangadam, Malayalam Sangadam has a word called Sangadam, which has got a parallel in Sangadio, Gujarati. Both have the same meaning. A military guard carrying treasure into the treasury. A military guard accompanying treasure. So he's a carrier of treasure. So the unicorn with the standard deviation fund shows a treasure guard carrying treasure. Valuable goods for barter. Okay? So this is a fantastic lexical repertoire of the Malayalam language, which matches with the Gujarati word Jangadiyo and also matches with the word Jangad, an invoice accounting system for approval basis, which shows that the entire system of inscriptions seem to be related to some kind of an accounting of wealth, some trade activity, some trade glossary is got to be built up by these symbols. Next, please. Again, going back to that beautiful symbol of a fish fused with a double cano. However, we can clearly establish that the orthography of this H1139 is so emphatic that it signifies a double cano, a catamaran. A catamaran seems to be attached to the body of the fish, fused into the body of the fish. It has got a darker circle as its eye, fish eye. And fish eye is shown as an import from Meluha into Mesopotamia. So the fish eye is a dot and circle, Pota is a dot and circle, Dawad is a dot and circle, Kani is a dot and circle. So any of these words can be contextually matched with the visual language, with the visual pictorials that we have got on the inscriptions. So in this particular case, I clearly say it relates to a double cano carrying alloy metal, which is wealth, kana. Kana, one eye of the fish. Kana is wealth, goods, possessions. Okay, next, please. We come back to one of the signs which has got the standard device with the inscription in text script H98. Both the standard device picture and the inscription which has got 3 + 2, 5 symbols can be read step by step, symbol by symbol, matching with the words of the Veloka language, the spoken script, spoken language, Lecha language, Desi Bhasha, Pragbund, language union. That's why, because of language union, we can take words from various languages. G for Gujarati, H for Hindi, M for Marathi, all have similar sounding words, only variations in pronunciation. Katil, pewter, katil, tin, katle, large tin vessel, kautilika, a blacksmith. So like this, kutil, kantil, divided by that curve, the kuti, the pupil of the eye. Kuti is a smelter. So, smelter dealing with this katil, bronze, pewter, bronze and brassy. It can be brass, bronze, it can be brassy, or it can also be a combination of both copper and tin, which makes it bronze. Next, please. Now you can get back to the pictorials that are available from the Egyptian hieroglyphs of showing people at work using a lathe, metal workers, artisans of the Egyptian civilization, and matching them with our Indian civilization, with this script writing on seal. So there can be a reasonable way of interpreting what type of material, equipment was used, tools were used by the people to drill through a particular material to create a bead or a perforation. So the perforation is created by the standard device using the top plate or top portion of the sagada. Next, please. Now we have grand zebu. We have seen it is all a thorn fused into the dewlap, Poli is the dewlap. Thorn is Kantle. Thani, Kantala. Kantala is maritime. Kantala is boat in Gujarati. So maritime trade is taking place. Of what? Pola, maritime war. Pola, Zebu. Pola, Zebu, Pola, maritime war. That is being detailed of the manifest. Manifest is given in the text script. Each of the signs in the red, as we have seen before. This is how the reading has to take place. After inscription, read the field symbol and its components, read the text script and its components, match each of these graphics with the language of the civilization, match them, create the language word, picture word, and create the language word for the activity. It can be woodwork, it can be metalwork, it can be anything else. It can be metal casting, or creating a statue, it can be a sculpture, whatever. Whatever work is going on, they can document it. So like this, 5 of these inscriptions contain this Zebu Brahmani bull. It has got a dewlap, but the thorn is fused into the dewlap. That has got to be read. That is coming. The engraver is seeking to communicate very precise information as to what he's trying to do, what is the purpose of the writing. He's trying to indicate that it's a maritime cargo being carried and as listed in the manifest, cargo manifest. So we can clearly conclude that the text writing relates to a cargo manifest. The nature of the cargo is indicated by the field symbol. Okay, next please. In more detail, look at the Zebu seals with the signs associated with the Zebu field symbol and the dewlap. This God clearly shows the thorn fused into the dewlap. Next please. This is the beauty of the language. So the language has got to be read in the context of the field symbol and the text script. So here we have got the text script with 2 fish signs following a corner sign or possibly a gurigunja. It can also be a abras becatorius. But I will call it to the corner. Kanchu Sal, bell metal workshop dealing with alloy metal. Dula, 2 of them, Dula, 2, Dul, metal casting. Dula 2, Dul, metal casting, alloy metal workshop. And arrow, Kanda equipment, implements. Next please. Now we've got a composition sign. It's beautiful. This sign 393. They got a stroke circle, they got the splinter stroke, 2 strokes, small strokes, and an arch on top of it. Manda is an arch. Manda is an array of equipment, or array of instruments, or array of jewelry. Manda can also be warehouse or workshop. Then what is that workshop? Composed of arka, sark, spoked wheel, potter's wheel, arka, copper and gold, 2 small strokes, sal, splinter, sal, workshop, arka, copper, gold, sal, workshop, arkasala, manda, warehouse of arkasala. So arkasala's warehouse is ought to be indicated by this composite sign. That means that dewlap, the Zebu bull, and the thorn. Maritime boat. So maritime cargo carrying this arkasala's products from the warehouse constitute the manifest, cargo manifest. Maritime cargo manifest. Next please. Again, same sign we have seen. I'm presenting a larger picture of the entire composition. Read in the context of the arch. It's also used in another context. The arch again is used as a manda. Manda is an arch, is a canopy. Manda is a warehouse. Manda is a workshop. Manda is an array of instruments. In the case of these 2 seals, one seal shows Loha, efficax glomerata, Loha. In another case, it shows Bata, the banyan leaf So it can be beta iron, it can be loha, it can be copper or metal. Next please. So now we can read the context in which this text script accompanies the field symbol. And again it's repeated. Let me repeat again. You cannot read the inscription in its isolation without reading the text script and the field symbol together. Then only the inscription reading is complete. Then only the decipherment is complete. That's what I attempted for the seal M1005 with the text script of 1001 listed in the Mahadevan concordance. I read each of these visual language symbols, both in the field symbol and also in the text script, and given the corresponding figurative words, the graphemes from the languages, and similar sounding words from the languages to match them together. And I arrive at a conclusion that relate to the work of a cargo manifest being created by the engraver, indicating metalwork related to Pola magnetite ore and being carried on a double dhow as a maritime cargo manifest. Okay. Next please. Okay, continue the same thing, the logical reading as I just now mentioned. And the lid is there. Lid also can be read as rudder end can be lid, again Musa can be a lid. Muha, furnace produce, or rudder end, some kind of a native metal. Next please. Another seal with the Zebu. Again a maritime cargo of array of instruments from metalworking workshop. And this text script gets repeated even on the back of the seal, on the holder of the seal, on the knob of the seal. Because it's important for the recipient to understand that this relates to Koda, Fluis, Code workshop. What workshop? No. Rice plant, Kolimi, Smithy Forge workshop. Smithy Forge workshop is the place where from this material is coming. Okay. So the metal smithy for forge work is thought to be sent out as maritime cargo. Next please. Now we see the rhinoceros, another seal, M1134. Field symbol is Kanda. Rhinoceros, Kanda is implements. Then each of these words can be read. The large shape can be like a one ingot shape, can be represented ingot. They will are duplicated, they will metal casting. Karu can be a pincer. Kar can be blacksmith. Well sounding word. Pincer, blacksmith. Muha, ingot. Muha, quantity of metal produced. Ranku, liquid measure. Ranku, tin. Sark, potter's wheel. Arka, copper gold. So like this, we are able to see the commodity being transported, the nature of the commodity, the work that has been done on the commodity, or on the metal or mineral, and where from it is coming. It's documented in this cargo manifest. The implements being taken to the cargo are listed together with the cargo manifest. Next please. Again the same. In this case, alloy metal steel ingot implements, because we are seeing the rhinoceros on one side of the seal. On the other side, we got the rhinoceros in front of two symbols, which is a combination of two brackets, parenthesis, split with a fish and a black drango. Black drango is Polodu, Pasula Poligadu. Polodu is steel. Steel, alloy metal, steel. So a steel contains some kind of alloys. Maybe what alloy you do not know. Some kind of additions that have been made to the steel. And that is put in a parenthesis. Parenthesis is splitting of a lozenge. Banyan god, mukh. So banyan god of alloy metal and Polodu, steel. That's ought to be conveyed through this rhinoceros. Rhinoceros, Kanda. Rhinoceros, Kanda implements. So implements made of this crucible steel, Crucible steel is made, under in God, it can be hammered down and created in a forge and created into a sword or other implements. Metalware can be created. Next, please. Look at this. This black drango. So beautiful a word, Poladu, in Telugu, black drango, is shown together with the trade symbol in 342, rim of avatar. Where is it shown? On top of a poly maker. A chakla, a chapati maker. Poly is a dewlap. Pol is magnetite ore. Poladu is black drango, polada steel. So steel trade is ought to be indicated on this beautiful Kalibangan inscription on a chakla. What is the black drango? Here we see this black drango. It's got the tail with split feathers, split tail, typical of the black drango, poladu. It's called poladu, Masala poligadu, because this kind of a black bird sits on top of a zebu or a bull and pulls out the insects on the body. So it cleans it up, and then 5 seconds, even an ugly eagle coming, very fiery bird. It protects poligadu. That is, it's the protector of the zebu. Masala poligadu. Next, please. See, we got pictures which show this pollard, Masala polladu, sitting on the hump of a bull. And same thing imaged on a pot of Rameshwaram. So the zebu and the pollard, black drango, are related to each other. They are seen together by the farmers. They're almost like friends. They're together. This characteristic has been noted, and that's why this picture is created. Pollard and pollard. Polla is magnetite ore. Pollard is steel. Polada is steel. Bolad in various languages of Asia, Eurasia, Russian, Slavic, Persian. And India was very famous for the production of steel. Alexander came in search of steel from Bharat. Next, please. Polad on inscription M401, which shows the black drango with the split tail. And the details of the inscription can be read, each of them can be read. Next, please. Look at these pictures. Again and again, this visual picture is so emphatic. You've got a number of parts which again show this polladu sitting on top of a zebu. It's even on a drawing on a pot, it's clearly indicated. The association is so emphatic that the Malaha artisan who was familiar with this site creates a visual language using these symbolic representations, which are from the nature, from the flora and the fauna. Polladu is a fauna word. Next, please. You can see the word in Telugu, polladu, poligadu, or duda polladu, Masala poligadu is the meaning. The word called black drango. In ABA categorization, it's called decrosis matter. This is a very important word identification from the flora and fauna lexical repertoire of the Deshi Bhasha, which can be used to pinpoint the meaning of this visual language in a number of inscriptions. It's surprising that in that time and date we are dealing with polladu steel, but it's there. You will take the inscriptions and the evidence as it comes. Next, please. So what is this company? It's a alloy metal gem setting trading company. Got this pollard, the bird black drango as part of the inscription on M1169. Two animal necks are fused to compose the composition. Composite grapheme, joining the parts, sangadam, and again repeated dula, two, dul, metal casting, and reading so on. The temple, the warehouse, or the rimless part with a mukha or ladle we have seen before. Each of these symbols can be read as part of the visual language in rebus principle. Similar sounding homonyms, similar sounding words. One word signifies the picture, another similar sounding word pictures represent the wealth or the goods. Next, please. Melaka. When joining parts is also mela. Joining, Jangat, Jakat. Melaka also is a company. Jangat is on an approval basis, invoicing. So even the word Urdu has got the word Jakar. Taking away goods for inspection for approval. So this, how famous this Jangat principle is. Now it will get recognized in Indian law. Next, please. Trading company. In another description. K43. The animal necks are fused. So there are two animals are fused into one body, creating the composite grapheme. What is the composition? Chakadam, joining parts. Sangadam. So an ox is joined with a unicorn. Bharat, ox. Similar sounding word. Bharata, practices alloy. Joined with a bull, Koda, young bull. Konda, engraver. Kondana, gem setter. So gem setter dealing with practices alloy of copper and pewter. That's why the fusing is taking place. So that's why the use of the unusual symbols that are seen as field symbols can be represented in its composition. What are the component parts? What are the component symbols? And what are the words related to those symbols? That's how the reading has to take place for a decipherment to be complete and successful. Next, please. Three animals joined together, three animal faces joined together. One is a bull, another is a unicorn, there could be a goat, or it could be a unicorn or a antelope, goat, or bull. Whatever they are, but there are three different faces joined to one particular body. A company, Malaka is taking place. Malaka is a company. Malaka is joining, meeting. And there's also a arrow that's shown on top of the plant, rice plant symbol. Rice plant we have seen is Kolmo. Kolmi is Pithi forge of mind. Arrow. Mind is iron, meant iron. So we can see each of these faces can be read in the visual language. Next, please. We see this kind of a composition very beautifully on this grand seal called M304, the so-called Sarasvati seal. Look at the number of animals, look at the inscriptions, look at the pictorial compositions, and read each other. You can go through it one by one, step by step. You don't have to read it. You take your own time to go through them to clearly understand that a very powerful messaging is taking place. So to read only this text script on top is meaningless. The text script on top has to be read together with all the other visuals that are there on the inscription. Here in this case, the visual of an elephant, visual of a rhinoceros, visual of a buffalo, visual of a jumping tiger, visual of a man standing with spread legs, visual of two goats looking backwards at the bottom of the plank where the person is seated in the panels. Every one of these narratives have to be interpreted to make the total messaging communicate. The semantics of the message can be read completely only if each symbol is read as I have done before, as I have done here. Then only the decipherment is complete. Next, please. Now we can come back. Man sitting in a posture like a penance. Kamada. Kamada in Prakrit language is penance. Simple sounding word is kamata. It's a mint. It's a mint master. He's wearing bangles. Kara. And the wrist also. His car, blacksmith. He's a blacksmith in a mint. He's a goldsmith. Kamatidu. Kamada, Kamatidu. Next, please. Face is not very original face. Almost looks like a frontal picture of a tiger. If it's Kula, Kul can be a machine. Kula can be a head of a guild. Kul can be a tiger. He's wearing buffalo horns. Tatara, buffalo horns. Tatara is a iron smelter in Japanese. He's a Tatara, he's a brass worker from Brazil. Next, please. Each of the sides can be read, as I mentioned before. And even the seal, the sign has got small little notch between the spread legs. That also has to be read because he's trying to communicate some meaning. Kanda is a notch. Kanda is implements, equipment. What type of equipment? Kandaka. Spread legs. Equipment of a supercargo or a helmsman or a scribe. Then the pincers, dato, claws of a crab, datu, dato. Next, please. Each of the signs can be read without leaving out even small little stroke. Even stroke is important. Even stroke conveys some meaning. That I got to explain, which I have tried to do here. For example, this sign is different from that class. It looks like a tongue to hold a molten vessel, very hot vessel that be held like a tongue like this. This tongue is a special word. Kotil is a tongue. Kutila is bronze. So this particular symbol on this M304 seems to signify some kind of a bronze material. 8 parts of copper, 2 parts of tin creates bronze. This seems to signify bronze. Next, please. Again, we can see the other signs. All the very precise ligature added on in the middle of the rim of the vessel is adding the 2 strokes. Sal, splinter, sal, workshop. So workshop of what? That rim, Kannada, trade workshop, scribe workshop, homesman workshop, alloy metal workshop at the bottom. Like this. Next, please. Karnaka, spread legs, Atharvaveda, 2 legs spread out, dual, very precise. Karnaka is a supercargo, helmsman. The man in charge of the boat, the boat, maritime boat, maritime naval vessel. Next, please. Kundi is also a village headman. Now we're going to can see a huge long inscription which contains some of these symbols which can be read together one by one, constituting an alloy metal artificial metal or cargo. Look at the length of the inscription. Number of signs are strung together. Every sign has got to be read independently. Next, please. We tried to attempt reading of each of these signs. I recorded it down here. I do not repeat it. Please do go through it very carefully at leisure to understand how the manifest has been made by the guild master, indicated by the last sign. Okay, which is like a palm squirrel. Next, please. And also the one particular sign which shows the backbone. Number reading can be used for a backbone. Kana can also be a backbone. Kana can be wealth, goods, possessions. Next, please. The X sign is a composition. Some kind of a sprout. 4 sprouts are joined together to create this X symbol. They can all be read. A curved end of a stick, like the person carrying that unicorn in a procession in Mari. Next, please. You can read it later. Next, please. Again, details given, item by item, symbol by symbol. Next, please. They all relate to alloy metal artificer, metal or cargo. It's a cargo manifest made by the man training off at the last sign on the right. That's a palm squirrel. Next, please. We have seen that spoke wheel. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Just like a trimmed up. Look at this. This is the famous symbol, which looks like a palm squirrel. Shestinkar, guild master. Shestinkar means a palm squirrel. The guild master has created the cargo manifest. Next, please. Another inscription which has got similar components of the visual symbols. Next, please. Please go through it at leisure. Next, please. Another sign which has got symbol compositions together with the field symbol, which have all been read together. Again, in the context of disregard of the cargo messenger. Next, please. Resti, ladder. Teta, guild master. Next, please. Now we can see the Ayaskara, the crocodile and the fish. Alloy metalsmith, copper carpenter is a guild master. Because guild master sign is shown by the palm squirrel, Shestinkar. Next, please. We also see on a very famous seal with 3 parts, ABC, cargo being carried is oxide type ingots, large ingots are being carried, flanked by 2 palm trees. Next, please. All cargo, prism cargo. This is inscription on the cargo boat. Next, please. Details of inscription. Next, please.
Sir, the presentation is completed, sir.
We'll complete this session. It's a fantastic way of looking at the entire visual language in terms of its components, both the field symbols and the script, identifying the graphemes, matching them with the graphemic words of the Desi Bhasha, and creating a rebus table. A date glossary is created. The Bronze Age trade glossary by the artisans of the Bharatiya civilization unfolds. That's the beauty of this writing system. An accounting system has been deciphered. Thank you very much. Namaskaram.
Thank you very much for your wonderful session, sir. We will read next week.
Yeah.
I'm ending this session today. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaskaram andi. Namaskaram. You can close the session. Namaskaram.
Oh.